Hello and welcome to Always Elite. Today we're going to review AEW Dynamite from April 22nd, 2020. Before we do that, why don't you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date on what's going on. Also, visit my merch shop. Get some All Elite merch down in the description below. Now, it starts off with Cody talking about what his career means to him, and then talks about the TNT tournament and speaks on each competitor in it. Then it cuts to the commentary table, and again, Jericho's on commentary. He's very good at it. I don't know. I think he's very good at it. I don't know. Some of you may have a different opinion. Leave your comments down below if you think Jericho's any good at it. Then we get a video with Sammy Guevara talking about his opponent Darby Allin, and how Darby hides behind his paint, his face paint, and how that Sammy's going to win the tournament. Then it gets right into that very match. It's Sammy versus Darby. The winner moves on in the TNT tournament. Sammy starts off right away attacking Darby right before the match even starts. Then Sammy sets up a ladder, puts Darby on it, and on the ladder is actually made of steel. It's not a wooden ladder painted to be steel. It's actually a steel ladder. And Sammy climbs the top rope, jumps off, and splashes down on Darby, and it looks like they both got injured for that, because it went to break right shortly after that. They come back, and they're still both on the ground. Then it actually, when they get back into the ring, the match starts. And the match itself was very, very good all the way through. It was back and forth. Darby pulls Sammy's boot off later in the match, and he locks in some type of a reverse ankle lock. I've never seen it applied that way before, and it looks like Sammy got injured because he was hobbling around for the rest of the match. In the end, it was Darby Allin trying to coffin drop. Sammy catches him into the rack, and then Darby counters that into the Last Supper, which is his sort of, I don't know what to call it, leg lock pinning combination or something. I don't know what it actually is. Then it's Matt Hardy talks about the Elite Deletion match. Says Jericho is afraid of this entity, so he wants to talk to the real Matt Hardy. So then, as you can see here, Matt Hardy appears and talks about Chris Jericho and how those two were friends for a very long time, and sometimes they were enemies, and now he's gonna defend AEW as a whole against Jericho in the Inner Circle. So he invites Sammy to take his place if Jericho's too afraid. Then we get Alan Angles versus Kenny Omega. Now, I don't know why this match is taking place. My guess is they couldn't get enough wrestlers into the building to fill the card. So, it is what it is. Kenny just puts on a clinic. Angles gets a few shots in, but in the end it was a V-trigger, a Snapdragon suplex, and another V-trigger, and a pin for the win for Kenny. Like I said, I don't know why, but I guess we'll never know. Then it's a video on Scorpio Sky and his life and career, on how he got to this point where he's at. It says he always wanted to be a wrestler all growing up. And he said how in 2017, how he formed SCU with Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. Because Kazarian and Daniels had been wrestling in Impact Wrestling up until that point. Then it's Dustin leaving a voicemail on Cody's phone in the office, saying if he cannot beat Kip Sabian and win the entire TNT tournament, he will retire. It's a sad day, but he's been wrestling for 33 years. Yes, 33. But he wants to step aside now. Now, my guess is that it's going to be Cody versus Dustin in the finals. That's just my guess. I don't know, let me know what you think about that. Tell me who you think is going to be in the finals. Then there was an advert for Being the Elite on YouTube. It's the 200th episode, and it's Matt versus Nick in a backyard match. Now, it showed little bits and clips on it, but you'd actually have to go to YouTube and look it up. Just go to Being the Elite and watch that clip. It's probably pretty good. I haven't watched it yet. Next up is Jimmy Havoc versus Orange Cassidy. Now, this match was set up from last week when Jimmy attacked Orange on the outside. Now, as far as I know, this is Orange Cassidy's first singles match. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, on Dynamite. Now, Jimmy starts off fast and furious, and he's beating Orange to a pulp. Yes, no, maybe. I tried. Jimmy took most of this match. Orange has his hands put in his pocket by Jimmy, and then he just comes alive. Orange busts out a Superman punch, which I've only seen him use once before. And Kip and Penelope Ford get involved. Penelope misses Orange, and Orange rolls up Jimmy for the win. Immediately after, Jimmy and Kip beat up on Orange, but best friends come in to save the day, as usual. Then MJF at his house says it was a terrible tragedy that MJF isn't on AEW Dynamite. Says he injured himself while betting with Sean Spears a few weeks back. When he was throwing money down, he got a hangnail. He says now it's become life-threatening hangnail, which I find hilarious. Then it's Lee Johnson versus Wardlow. Again, Lee Johnson, a local wrestler. But, again, they didn't have enough people, probably. Wardlow, it just completely decimates him in like 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes. A press power slam, 2 suplexes, and then he just goes ahead and does the F10 for the finish, which, if you don't know, is a spinning F5. It's really weird. Next, it's Brody Lee talking to someone who wants to join the Dark Order. Now, I come to find out that this person got fired from WWE last week and is there. Now, it said it was a Heisman Trophy winner who got injured. So I'm either thinking it's Zack Ryder or whatever his real name is, or it could be EC3 maybe. We'll have to see in the coming weeks. Then it's Justin Law versus Brody Lee. Again, another enhancement talent. Brody just completely destroys him in about 2 minutes. Spinning discus lariat, and Brody Lee with the win. Now, if you didn't know, for all these tapings, it's been all Tony Khan producing these. So, but overall, these shows have been very, very good. Then we get the Bubbly Bunch, episode 2. They're all talking to Sammy, because Sammy says he's down and out because Jake didn't win the title. So Jericho just goes ahead and says, we're going to have a flim-flam dancing contest. The winner gets a bottle of hand sanitizer. They all participate, and Sammy does it the best, so he wins the sanitizer, and Jericho's all mad. It's pretty funny. Then it's main event time. It's Dustin Rhodes versus Kip Sabian in the TNT tourney match. Sabian faster than the much older Dustin, but Dustin's putting on a clinic, showing his experience. Penelope gets involved again, which allows Kip to take advantage for a short time. It was back and forth through the middle of the match, but Kip took most of this match, which isn't surprising. Dustin tries making a comeback, but Kip keeps beating him down. Off a distraction, Dustin hits a code red and pins Kip to advance in the TNT tourney. That's the end of Dynamite. Vote in the poll above my head. Let me know what you thought of the show. And as always, always be elite.